We've had a few days of rain here, a little bit delayed spring. Been trying to take this time to develop a strategy for our RTK network. We are in the process of migrating our production to a controlled traffic system. We finally got a couple last pieces of the puzzle, another planter for the beans and a sprayer, which will all match up so that we can drive on the same track. So now it's become more important for us to make sure that our base station network is set up properly so that our A/B lines don't change. We have what I would thought was recent technology, but you know how GPS equipment goes now. It's old school, having to move a base station around. But I do like the fact that I know that I can count on that signal. If I just take the time to move that base around, I'm not going to have any trouble losing signal. I know with my cell phone it doesn't work that way. So sometimes you can't have the latest and greatest. You got to work with what you have to maximize what you can get out of it. And we haven't been using the base stations as best to our advantage until this year, because we've been using the tripod and for repeatability and controlled traffic, that just doesn't cut it. So what we're doing today is I'm going to drive around to all the farms that we're going to be planting corn on to lay out our base station network. And we just put we find either tree stumps or fence posts or rock piles or something we can put the base on, that something that's permanent, doesn't move, and we will link our guidance lines to that base station so that we're always driving in the exact same guidance pattern and on the same track. So that's what I'm up to today, and we'll just keep showing you updates along the way. So here's one of our bases mounts that we've made. It's just a piece of flat plate welded on a bolt that fits threads into the bottom of the radio base for the RTK signal. Bring a tool belt with some nails because we just nailed them on. And then here's what the assembly looks like from underneath. The base just threads on, so it's just pretty easy just to thread the base on. We got to bring the cord with us to the field to make sure that there's enough clearance, whatever we mount on, for this cord to get by. And then we got a box full of bases, or base mounts. So we're ready to go out and set up our RTK network. We have one rover for our RTK auto steer network, and so what we do is we plant all our corn with RTK, and because we're 100% no-till, that residue, corn residue, leaves a really nice, perfectly straight grid line for us to follow and drive the exact track for next year with the bean planter. So we really don't need auto steer to do our zone management and our controlled traffic. We just follow the corn rows that are there, and that seems to be working really good. We've been doing that for 5 or 6 years now. It's just we added RTK to that puzzle, piece of the puzzle there 2 years ago, and now with our base station network's going to be perfect. We'll be able to side dress with RTK our corn and then come back manually steer when we're planting our beans until I guess we decide to pull the trigger on a second rover unit. But baby steps in that department. They're pretty costly, and we want to iron out the bugs in the system before we go whole hog here.